So happy to have you on. And this is a guy I will never forget when he made his major league debut. It was June 10th, 2016. And you know why I always remember it?
Why is that?
June 10th is my birthday.
Oh, look at that.
So TA, thanks so much for the time. I want to know, first off, how is the energy different this year in the clubhouse and in spring under the leadership of your new skipper?
First of all, good morning. The energy's been good. We've been having a good time. Just trying to change the vibes a little bit, and get back to having fun, and getting back to being connected for sure.
Little handsome rascal. Look at him. Got a little hair down on the chin now, huh? You sporting a new look.
Yeah, I'm growing up, man. I'm growing up.
So camp is good. New manager, Tim. So what's different with this camp than past camps you've been in?
Nothing's really different. We just got, just new people. So, we're creating, new energy. We're creating, a new culture. And, I think it's led by the right man as well. I think the biggest thing is communication and, getting guys prepared to, continue to try to be successful and, putting us in the right spot to be successful. And the communication's been great. And, camp's been great. So we're just going to keep rolling with, what we got for sure.
So Elvis is back in camp and getting a chance. Now you get a chance. You're healthy, and you get a chance to work with him every day. What's that like working around a veteran player that may have a little impact on you, may help you out a little bit?
Yeah, I've been around him. I've been around since last year. I still was around when I was hurt, and just bouncing conversation off each other. And now we get to be out there on the field together and get to communicate and learn and see how he works as well.
Tell me about this competition we're looking at on video right here.
Yeah, we're getting better. We're working our hands and we're getting better and bonding. And I think that's what it's all about. As you see Colson, we also giving him the game as well. And, he's next up. So we're going to definitely, make sure you're in the right spot to, continue to be successful and, kind of show him the ropes as well.
Tim, I know that your goal every single year is to make it to the postseason, that you want to wear a championship ring, right? How crucial is health going to be this season, given what happened last season?
It's going to be definitely, that's a big part of the game. We got to be out there to be able to do that. And when you see the lineup, I mean, you guys know, what we're capable of doing.
It looks good on paper.
Yeah, it did last year, but we still saw that with as well. So, we just can't look good on paper. We got to look good on the field. And, we got to stay on the field. So I think the biggest thing is just, just really paying attention to our bodies and understand what we can and can't do. And, never try to do too much. Just do what you're capable of doing. And I think we've been in the right spot.
Yeah, no, it's a good-looking lineup. Tim, my question is, can you hit? Can you still hit?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But, man, you go back and look, from 2019, you tell me.
I know. I'm just messing with you. We know you can still hit. Hey, what's the key for you when you go to the plate, though? Seriously, you haven't had to change. You've had great success. A lot of people said you need to walk more, you need to do this or that. What's Tim Anderson do when you go to the plate? What's your approach?
I'm middle away. I react to that inside pitch. You can put a bat in anybody's hands and they're gonna pull it. So I necessarily just look for something that I could stay through, and middle away, and we react in. And if I'm always on the fastball, I can adjust to anything else. So we work from there, and it's been working. It's been working, and without me walking, it's also been working as well. So I don't think I need to change anything, but just continue to keep working and. Trying to get better and, get better at pitch selection for sure. If I get better at pitch selection, you guys can see what I can do. You saw the first half of last season.
Tell me, you're one of the top athletes in the sport. I've watched you dunk basketballs off the backboard. Tim, I've seen you do it all, right? I've seen you do it all. And one of the reasons that the shift rule is now in effect is because we wanted to see athletes like yourself be able to range, play the game the way it was meant to be played. How are you taking to the shift rule on the defensive side? You enjoying this?
Yeah, it has its pros and cons. First off, I think taking it away, it kind of changed the game a little bit because it makes hitters not learn how to hit because you got guys that got the whole outfield and infield on the right side of the field, but they still hit it there. All you got to do is let it get a little tick deeper and hit it the other way. But then again, on the defensive side of things, then I get to stay within my range. So, I ain't really moving all over the place. So, that probably could be a big part of, me being healthy this season as well. I ain't got to do too much. I just stay in my position and we good.
With the pickoff rule, how much are you planning to roll the dice and run this season?
What they get, like 2 pickoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2 throwovers, and then if he throws a third, he's got to get you or it's a balk.
You going to be quick on the toes?
Well, I'm gonna work my move, see if I get him to use those 2 pickoff moves, and then after that we can roll out, right?
Exactly.
He's got the strategy.
Especially the left-handed pitchers, I think, are the ones that really take advantage. You get that big lead, one-way lead, make them throw over.
Yeah, I'm already a threat, so that's cool. So make sure you tell every pitcher to pick off. Use both of them.
Tim, you're something. Hey, the new additions to the club. What do you like so far with the new guys you brought in?
Which ones you talking about?
Well, there's been several. I was going to just say how much you're going to miss Abreu.
Benintendi, Andrew
Benintendi's the biggest one.
I know what you want to talk about Abreu, but we definitely going to miss Abreu, man. He played a huge role. Once again, I did, said that we love him. We gonna, we open up with him. But then again, he played a huge part of the lineup. But then again, we can't get caught up in, talking about Abreu when we got a whole season going on as well.
Yeah.
But we definitely rooting for him and cheering for him, except for when we play against him. But at the end of the day, it's still our love. That's gonna always be my brother, and I'm always root for him and always cheer for him.
There's no doubt.
I think when I look at the White Sox and I see Eloy and everybody else, you'd think there are new additions because the whole team was hurt last year. So you guys are coming back with everybody healthy. It changes everything. Benintendi, that's the one I want to point out, and then I'll leave you alone after that. What do you see with Benintendi? You guys got a chance. Usually you're going to be hitting next to each other. Have you talked about what you like to do? You want me to take a pitch when you're running? You guys got into any of that yet?
Well, we haven't really necessarily talked about it. It's just more so just building that chemistry and building that bond. We've been having conversations. We've been in lives together. And just picking his brain, he is going to be behind me, so we got to know, his range and my range. And I've been playing against him for a minute, so, I kind of, I pay attention to guys when they play, so I know what he could do. And I think he's going to be a huge part of what we're trying to do. You've seen the things that he could do with the bat and defensive. So I think he's going to be a huge part to, what we're trying to do, and he's going to contribute, in a big way. I'm excited, to finally get him on his side and, go out and compete with him.
I know you guys are definitely going to miss the leadership of Jose Abreu in that clubhouse. And there was disappointment last season, externally and TA, I'm sure internally as well. And there's been a lot made about the interview you had earlier this week, a lot of chatter about it. And you reinforced that you want some semblance of togetherness, not just from you guys as a team, but also from fans, from media, building you guys up. So what does that look like moving forward? And do you want to clarify any comments?
Yeah, it's just really, kind of what I stated was kind of, getting back to that family, type of environment. That's something that we had, the year before last. We was all pulling from, we was all on the same team, and just not when things was going good. But I kind of said what I said, and you kind of, take it how you want to take it. But at the end of the day, it's always going to be love for, fans and whoever's paying attention to what I'm saying. But, sometimes it's just, you get misunderstood, and that's okay. You just keep pushing and, keep going, and hopefully people will see it at the end of the day. So, I think that's enough to say. And, I kind of clarified, how I said it and what I said. But at the end of the day, it's still all love.
It is still all love, and I think that's one of the reasons why people do get critical, even myself, of the White Sox, is because they are just diehard fans and they want to see you do well. And so I appreciate that about you, and I appreciate you for your candidness and never being afraid to speak your mind. TA, thank you so much for your time. Of course, I'll be rooting for you from MLB Network. We always are.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it. All love.
Thank you so much, TA.
TA, my
Can
man.
you still hit?
Oh,
come on, Harold.
Harold's still my boy. Harold's still my boy for sure. He's still.
He know that. All right, my man. I'll let you later. I'll be in touch.
All right, appreciate you guys.
Thanks,
TA.